classics.
In Eye to Eye today, we are joined by Mr. Ramakrishna Hegde, President of the Lok Shakti, who was instrumental in bringing the Janata Dal United into an electoral alliance with the BJP. Mr. Hegde, there were some heart-stopping moments there in this hurriedly convened marriage, though.
Well, it is true that for some time we had to face difference of opinion among these 3 or 4 parties, particularly between the BJP and the other 3 parties. But this is not a sudden development. And for the last 6 or 7 months, the parties which were part of the alliance had been meeting to bring about greater coordination and understanding between themselves. My idea in forming this group, along with George Fernandez, is to reduce the number of parties in the alliance, which will promote greater understanding and which will also prevent the possibility of defection.
But Mr. Hegde, there was an impression, there was a perception that the bride and the groom was brought to the mandap kicking and screaming. You had a difficult time playing the pujari, didn't you?
Well, the bride and the groom were not totally strangers. Well, there was an alliance before, when we formed Janata Party in 1977, after the emergency. All the leaders belonging to these 3-4 parties were in jail together. And at that time, we thought of bringing all these parties together, merging into one, so that we can fight the emergency and the dictatorship of Mrs. Gandhi. And therefore, Bharatiya Janata Party was a part of Janata Party. And actually it was called Jan Sangh at that time.
But Mr. Hegde, that is all part of history now. In this particular alliance that you tried to bring together, the BJP seemed to feel that you were arm twisting them, particularly with that press note which emerged from the Lok Shakti office here. It was like a bombshell which said, accept this alliance or else.
Well, there are certain elements even in Bharatiya Janata Party which are opposed to the idea of these 3 parties coming together. They think, I think it is the misconception that if we come together, we will become stronger, and then we'll perhaps we will pose a problem, to the alliance. It is not so. And it is with the view of strengthening the Prime Minister's hand and strengthening the alliance.
Is it true that Mr. Vajpayee supported your move and that the Home Minister, Mr. Advani, was opposed to this alliance?
No, both of them supported the move. Vajpayee openly said, and Sri Advani did not say so openly, but he was not against this move. Then you must have noticed that, in Ballari, he openly said that, this alliance, has brought greater strength to the National Democratic Alliance.
Why is the BJP in Karnataka so wary of you? Is it because of your grassroots support, your stature in Karnataka? Is it because they don't have a leader of your stature and they feel that you may start dominating the proceedings if you get the lion's share of the votes?
Well, I really don't know. This question should be asked to the BJP leaders of the state. And if they have such an idea, it is totally misplaced. Whatever I want to do is to build up this understanding. And perhaps, they fail to understand it.
What would happen if your alliance won the election, swept the assembly polls here? Who would be chief minister? Your party has already said they want you as chief minister. BJP has indicated in so many words that, no, they want Yediyurappa. What's going to happen post-elections?
There is not going to be a fight over leadership. I had been chief minister twice over. And both the times I was the unanimous choice. I never angled for this. The natural course will follow after the election. If we get majority, we are sure to get majority. The members of the legislature party will elect a new leader in a democratic manner.
Don't have time to read the newspaper? Don't worry. Download InShots to read short news. India's #1 English news app provides you all important news summaries of the day 100% free. Download today.
This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
Sorry.